You think your child is slowly becoming distant for no reason. But the distance is built in moments you barely notice. You will see how everyday reactions quietly train your child's emotional behavior toward you. Your child comes home and drops their bag near the door. You are still on your phone, half listening, half planning what to say next. Your first words are about homework or what they forgot again. You know you should greet them first, but the questions come out faster than the awareness. It feels easier to manage the task than pause for connection. In that moment, your child is not just hearing instructions, they are reading what kind of presence waits for them at home. What follows is not parenting advice. It is the pattern your child's brain is quietly learning from you every day, and it starts in the first seconds after you meet them. Your child walks in, but you don't truly see them first. You see what needs to be done next. They come home from school, dropping their backpack while you stand in the kitchen or look down at your phone. Looking up, your immediate instinct is to ask about homework, tests, or behavior. They are not arriving home. They are arriving into your expectations. The first 10 seconds after separation teach your child whether they are welcomed or evaluated. When performance checks dominate the threshold, the developing brain links returning home with a subtle interrogation. Emotional safety becomes secondary to task expectation, causing them to reduce spontaneous sharing over time. How often do they now wait to be asked instead of initiating talk? The silent justification is familiar. I just need to know how their day went quickly. Yet, connection is decided before words even start. But the real signal is not arrival. It is disappearance into screens. The crying stops faster than the learning ever begins. When a child gets frustrated, loud, or breaks down, handing over a tablet or phone feels like the perfect rescue.
At least this stops the crying right now, we whisper to ourselves. But you didn't calm the emotion. You replaced it. By substituting a screen for a feeling, the developing brain learns that deep emotion equals an immediate interruption. External stimulation suddenly becomes their primary regulation tool, leaving emotional safety completely behind. Over time, this drops their tolerance for distress, building a habit of avoiding any form of discomfort. What happens when life cannot be muted with a swipe? When we replace emotion with a screen, we teach emotional shutdown, not regulation. Fast comfort often becomes long-term emotional weakness. And when emotions are muted, speech becomes controlled. You are not stopping noise, you are stopping expression. When a child struggles to explain something slowly or emotionally, our immediate impulse is to jump in, correct their words, or speed them up. The inner voice justifies it. Just say it properly so I can understand faster. But the young brain associates this interruption with rejection. Suddenly, self-expression becomes a risk. By constantly cutting them short, we crush their confidence in communication and plant deep seeds of hesitation. Why risk sharing a thought if it will only be corrected before it's finished? Silence becomes safer than speaking. Interrupting your child simply teaches them that their thoughts are not worth finishing. The truth is, children don't stop talking suddenly. They stop feeling heard. And when speaking fades, attention becomes even more valuable. Presence without attention is just shared space, not connection. We often sit right beside our child with a phone in hand. We offer occasional empty responses without ever making true eye contact. The inner voice quietly reassures us, I'm still here, so that should be enough. Your body is present, your attention is not. The developing brain quickly registers these low relational value signals. To a child, your attention feels like an unavailable resource. Time spent near them without real presence simply teaches emotional invisibility.
As a direct cost, children begin to seek validation elsewhere. Their negative attention-seeking behaviors often increase at home. Children do not measure time, they measure attention quality. But the deepest signals are not during presence, they are during absence. A goodbye is not a moment, it is a signal of safety. A parent rushes out the door, breaking eye contact to save time. The child is left at school or in a quiet room watching a sudden departure. Inside the parent's mind, a single thought loops. I'll be late again. I don't have time for this. But without a clear ritual, the young brain fails to form a closure pattern. Separation suddenly becomes emotionally uncertain, weakening their baseline sense of relational safety. Over time, these brief, chaotic moments build subtle, lasting anxiety patterns. What ends without closure stays inside the child longer. Unpredictable goodbyes leave a quiet weight behind. In early development, consistency matters more than intensity, and what happens after conflict defines everything that came before. It is not the conflict that shapes the child, it is what follows it. A parent raises their voice, and the entire room suddenly goes silent. No immediate repair is made, and no apology follows. The internal defense mechanism quickly takes over. I'll just be quiet until things feel normal again. But the young brain encodes unresolved conflict as a direct relational threat. True trust depends entirely on a clear recovery signal. Silence after conflict teaches fear, not respect. Without intentional repair, a heavy emotional distance grows, creating a deep-seated fear of honesty. Children learn relationship safety not from perfect parenting, but from repaired mistakes. Repair is not just an apology, it is emotional proof of safety. All these moments repeat quietly every day. Connection is not something you build on weekends or special moments. It is the emotional pattern your child experiences in ordinary, repeated interactions with you. What feels small in the moment becomes the system they learn to trust or withdraw from. A reactive parent fixes behavior in the moment. An aware parent notices what their behavior is teaching over time. The difference is not love, it is awareness of pattern. Your child is not responding to how much you care. They are responding to how consistent your care feels when life is not convenient. Notice one moment today where you responded automatically instead of intentionally. Not to judge it, just to see it clearly for what it is. If this helped you see your daily patterns more clearly, there will be more perspectives like this in future videos. Because what your child remembers is not what you intended. It is what they repeatedly experienced.